Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Sitohang and today I will explain my PowerPoint about indirect strategies for general management of learning. The first is Introduction to Indirect Strategies. Indirect strategies are techniques that help learners manage their language learning process without directly engaging with the language itself. The strategies are divided into three main categories. The first, metacognitive, affective, and social strategies. The first is metacognitive strategies. Metacognitive strategies involve thinking about one's own learning process. They help learners plan, monitor, and evaluate their learning. The first, centering your learning. Overviewing and linking. This involves connecting new information to prior knowledge to make the new material easier to absorb and retain. For example, if you are learning a new grammar rule, try relating it to a similar structure in your native language or previously learned language. For instance, if you are learning how to form future tense in French, you could compare it to how the future tense works in your native language such as English or Spanish. Be paying attention. Focusing your attention on the task at hand is vital to the learning process. For example, when listening to a podcast in your target language, avoid checking your phone or multitasking. Instead, give your full attention to the speaker, focusing on understanding the pronunciation, intonation, and key vocabulary being used. This will help you internalize the language more effectively. See delaying speech production. Sometimes it's beneficial to pause and listen attentively before speaking. This pause can improve comprehension, allow you time to formulate your thought more carefully, and reduce errors in your speech. For example, before answering a question in a language class, take a moment to listen to the question carefully and think about your response. This will ensure that you understand and respond more accurately. Next, arranging and planning your learning. Finding out about language learning. It's essential to continuously research and discover new learning techniques and research that could improve your language acquisition. For example, look into new language learning apps, websites, or even methods like language immersion programs to see how they might enhance your study routine. Be organizing. Structuring your study materials and creating an organized learning environment makes your study session more productive. A well structured learning environment helps keep distraction to a minimum and focus your energy on the task at hand. For example, organize your flashcards, textbooks, and notes into clearly defined sections for easier access and review. C. Setting goals and objectives. Establishing clear and achievable goals help maintain motivation and direction in your learning journey. For example, you might set a goal to learn 10 new vocabulary words each week. This concrete goal provides both a challenge and a sense of achievement as you meet it. Deep planning for a language task. Preparing ahead of time for specific language tasks, whether it's an oral presentation or writing an essay, enables you to perform more confidently and competently. For example, before a language exam, break down your study schedule and review key points based on the exam format. Identifying the purpose of a language task. Understanding the purpose behind each task you undertake gives meaning to the activity and helps you focus on desired outcome. For example, if you are writing a letter in your target language, understand whether the goal is to practice formal writing, expand your vocabulary, or focus on grammar accuracy. Knowing the purpose will guide your approach, whether it's paying more attention to the structure and tone of the letter or making sure you use correct verb tenses and complex sentences. F. Seeking practice or opportunities, taking advantage of informal practice opportunity outside formal learning settings is essential for real-world language acquisition. For example, try to find a language exchange partner or volunteer to practice the language in community settings. 3. Evaluating your learning. A. Self-monitoring. This involves effectively tracking your progress during learning activities to stay on top of your goals and tasks. For example, while practicing speaking in your target language, periodically stop and evaluate your performance. For instance, if you are speaking about your day and realize you're struggling with verb conjugations, pause, review the verb tense, and correct it. This awareness allows you to adjust your approach in real time, ensuring you're improving it with each practice session. Be self-evaluating. After completing learning tasks, it's important to evaluate your performance and consider how well you meet the objectives. This helps to pinpoint areas that need further improvement or areas where you are excellent. For example, after writing a short essay in your target language, assess your uh, use of grammar, vocabulary, and sentence structure to identify what went well and what could be improved. Two effective strategies. Effective strategies help manage emotion and attitudes toward language learning. The first is lowering your anxiety. Relaxation techniques, methods like progressive relaxation, deep breathing exercise, or meditation can help calm nervous and reduce anxiety before and during language learning activities. For example, practice deep breathing exercise before delivering a presentation in your second language. This helps reduce nervousness and ensures that you speak more clearly and confidently. Be using music or laughter. Engaging in enjoyable activities like listening to your favorite music or watching a funny video can serve as a great stress reliever and mood booster. For example, listen to a playlist of songs in your target language while studying, or practice your language skills through laughter-based learning activities like watching comedies or stand-up in the language. 2. Encouraging yourself. A. Positive self-talk. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmation that boost your confidence and keep you focused. For example, instead of thinking, I can't learn this, tell yourself, I will keep practicing and it will get easier. Be taking risks wisely. Be open to making mistakes and taking risks as part of the learning process. It is trial and error that progress is made. For example, engage in a conversation with a native speaker, even if you are unsure about your language skills. Making mistakes is a part of learning. C. Rewarding yourself. Reinforce positive behaviors by treating yourself when you accomplish a learning goal. Rewards make the process enjoyable and motivate you to keep going. For example, after completing a particularly difficult grammar section, reward yourself with a small treat or activity that you enjoy, like watching a favorite TV show. 3. Taking your emotional temperature. A. Listening to your body. Pay attention to physical signs of stress, fatigue, or anxiety to know when it's time to take a breath or switch to a different activity. Be using checklists. Create checklists to track your progress and emotion. Writing things down can help organize your thoughts and identify patterns in how you are feeling. See writing a language learning diary. Reflect on your experiences and emotions related to language learning by journaling. This reflection can help alleviate stress and provide insight into your learning process. D. Discussing feelings with others. Talking about your learning experiences with peers, teachers, or language partners can provide emotional support and help you process any difficulties you may be facing. Three social strategies. Social strategies involve interacting with others to enhance language learning. By building relationship and engaging with people who are proficient in the language, learners can improve their fluency and deepen their understanding of the language cultural context. The first is asking questions. Asking questions is an essential social strategy that ensures clarity and understanding. A. Clarification and verification. If you are ever unsure about a word, phrase, or grammatical point, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. For example, if you are not sure how to use a verb tense, ask a teacher or classmate to explain it in a different way until you fully understand. Next, cooperating with others. A. Working with peers. Engaging with classmates or fellow language learners on group projects or practice activities can reinforce knowledge and build confidence. For example, during a language class, practice a dialogue with a classmate or pair up for role-playing exercise to improve fluency. Be engaging with proficient users. Conversing with fluent speakers or language partners allows you to practice real-world communication and receive valuable feedback on your pronunciation and grammar. For example, join a language exchange group or find a language buddy to chat with regularly in the target language. Okay, next, empathizing with others. Understanding the cultural and emotional aspects of language learning can significantly improve communication skills. A cultural understanding. Learn about the culture and customs of the people who speak the language you are studying. Understanding cultural nuances can help you communicate more effectively. B. Awareness of others' thoughts and feelings. Pay attention to nonverbal cues and emotion when interacting with others to improve communication and strengthen relationship. Okay, that's all from me, and thank you.